There it finally is. Wow. It was very delayed. There it finally is. Wow. Sorry about that, everybody. I was having some issues with Streamlabs to finally get going. I don't know why it took so long. Because I went live at 7. It said I was actually screen recording then. And then it just never kicked on. And now had to change the time just to get it going. But we're here now. We are here now, and we've got some Pokemon to catch. We've got some Pokemon PvP to do. How is everybody doing today? I'm just going to catch real quick just because I need Beldum candy. I've got a Hundo Metagross and a really good Shadow Metagross as well, and I want to power those up. But we are going to step into Great League play with the Spring Cup. The Spring Cup is very limited play. We are looking at... I put together a team of Carbink, Jumpluff, and Lantern. We'll see how this goes. The Lantern here was actually a part of my Milwaukee Regional Championship team last June, but the Jumpluff was actually on my short list to be used until I got an Altaria like a day before, and I decided to go with that instead. So we got Carbink leading the way against Ferrothorn. They've got a Tropius somewhere in their back, and then we don't know what the third one is. I'm going to stick with my guy here, though. I do know, unfortunately, that Carbink is going to take a hit here pretty significantly. Just because grass is so strong against Carbink. Yep, there it is. And I think something else that's going to be frustrating here is that obviously Jumpluff is very valuable, right? Like, it's a grass type that has acrobatics as one of its moves. Which means that that's going to be super effective against the grass types. Which is great. That's a good move to have on here. I'll admit, I'm very relieved to know that I'm not going to be seeing things like Skarmory for a few days. Because I'm tired of seeing Skarmory. That thing has been dominating Great League for the past few days. Which has been rather unfortunate for me. Let me know if the music is too loud or if I need to turn it down or anything. Just trying to get a vibe going for the night. But if it's too loud, let me know. So, this being the first matchup I've had in Spring Cup, I'm already seeing that it's going to be a lot of grass types. Probably very few water types. And that could be problematic for me. But, you know, I had to get my feet wet and see what type of things to expect. Now I know, which is important. So we dropped our first match. That's okay. What I'm going to do for this next one, I'm going to go into my Great League tag and just look at what I've got that I can rock with that's eligible. Credilli could be interesting. Let's see. Walrein could be interesting. Could go with the attack-weighted Swampert. But I don't feel that a lot of people are going to be using anything other than grass types. Just based on that last battle, I feel like grass types are the way a lot of people are going. And of the things that I have like battle ready that I've built up, yeah, I do think Credilli could be an interesting pick. And maybe the Azumarill, just because it has Fairy type move and Ice. I'm trying to remember what I have on that at the moment, but I don't even remember. Yeah, let's try Credilli. I don't know. I don't know the last time I've even used my Credilli. It kind of just jumped out at me a while back as a Pokemon I could possibly use at some point. Because the guy that I faced in the Milwaukee Regional Championship had one. And he mopped the floor with me. And that was in the first battle, right? Oh man, I don't even have a second move on it. That could be bad. But this is an ice move that could hurt me. Hydro Pump, not bad. I can take that. All right, we got to our second energy ball. All right, on the upside, he's out of shields. We'll go back to Credilli here. Hydro Pump would hurt me here. So I'm going to shield. I mean, I guess it'd probably actually be neutral damage, wouldn't it? See, this is interesting. The last person went very heavy on the water types, or on the grass types. This person's going very heavy on the water types. So that is interesting. And I do have a Poliwrath that I think is about ready. But yeah, I should have shielded there. That's on me. Because even so, they got me. Okay. See, this is going to be the thing, right? Trying to figure out exactly what to expect people to use. You know what? The thing of it is, I'm going to put a second move on that Credilli. It's going to be expensive, but I've wanted to work on this thing for a while now anyway. Okay. We'll keep Bulldoze on there. We'll get rid of Rock Slide. Does it have a grass move I could use? It's gonna have a grass move, right? There we go. Grass Knot. Love that. Love that for us. I typically just play Great League because I compete in play Pokemon tournaments, and play Pokemon tournaments only do Great League. So that's why I'm doing Spring Cup instead. I also don't have nearly as many options for Ultra League, and I just don't have a whole lot of experience doing Ultra League because I typically just do play Pokemon tournaments. So like that is kind of a thing for me, is Great League is for me so important because it's what I have to do for play Pokemon. And I'm currently sitting at 30 points for the season. I mean, I know I'm not going to Worlds. That's not in the plans this year, but I want to get good enough that, you know, maybe next year when I go to regional championships, I can actually put on a good showing. That's the goal anyway. But, you know, in addition to that, I'm also a aromantic and asexual content creator. So if anyone is here looking to talk about any arrow or ace topics, please let me know. There's the other side of what we do here. I'm still really just trying to get this channel up and running and off the ground. So I don't really have the best like computer for it. That's why I'm only screen recording my phone and using the mobile app to stream. But I am rocking my Dragon Ball Z hat tonight in honor of Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, who passed away, if you haven't heard. All right, I feel like I'm on the verge of having something good. I just don't have anything good yet. You know? Maybe the wall ring could be interesting. Get a little ice in there. Like, I feel like adding Credilli to this was a good move. I feel like that added some interesting spice that I was otherwise missing. Okay, so that kind of hurts, the Poliwrath. I can at least get a couple moves in here on him. I've got Grass Knot ready to go. Really? He had back-to-back charged up, huh? I guess he did farm for quite a while, so that makes sense. But he's probably going to use his first shield here, because he let everything that Walrein did... Oh, wow, he didn't shield that. It was gutsy, to say the least. Okay, well, that kind of hurt. They're going to be shielding this, for sure. Yep. Oh, this is a bad start for the night. Just trying to figure out what my Spring Cup team is going to be. I was hoping I could get close to rank 20 tonight. I know I won't reach rank 20 most likely, but I'm very close to rank 19. I believe I made a little bit of a dent into rank 18. I'm so sick of seeing Whiscash. I was hoping that with this cup we wouldn't see it much, but yeah, it's still here. Great. At least, like, Whiscash has nothing against Jumpluff. Like, this is gonna be a very pointless battle for the Whiscash, which is great. It wasn't even a battle. They just let it take that. All right. That's interesting to me. They might have disconnected. which would mean free win. I'll take it. I don't like having to take it, but I'll take it. Yeah, they're not attacking. Which is what it is. And in comes the Pelipper. We'll hit Grass Knot on it. Or, no, not Grass Knot. What is it? I forget what move it is. Energy Ball, that's right. And we'll charge up one more Energy Ball to end. For my cute little shiny Jumpluff. Alright, we managed to win. It's not how I wanted it necessarily, because if you're just joining, they disconnected. But we got a Spring Cup win in the end. It was a bad first start, but... Right? He's so adorable. I love my little shiny Jumpluff. Normally, Jumpluff is blue and looks like that. But I got a couple adorable little shinies. Hopefully that last win got us into a little bit of a rhythm now. We will see. Boy, this matchup here really makes me happy that I added the Grass Knot onto Credilli. Oh, and they went to Pelipper anyway. Either way, Grass Knot is a good move against both of those Pokemon. And with Jumpluff in the back to match up against the Lantern, I'm feeling pretty good about this so far, for what I'm seeing. Oh yeah, that would have hurt hard. If you're new to Pokemon Go, when you use a shield like that and it turns red, that means that move would have been super effective and it would have really hurt Credilli. So I am glad I used a shield there. Thing is, you only get 2 shields, so you have to be very strategic about when you're going to use them. I was hoping I could get to a move there, but alas, it was not to be. So whatever, I'm just going to use Earthquake. Because whatever they do to Walrein, I mean, it's ice on ice right now. It's not going to hit me that hard. But Earthquake will mess this Dugong up. Out of the 4 moves, the 2 that my Pokemon has, the Walrein has, and the 2 that their Dugong has, Earthquake is probably going to be the hardest hitting in this matchup, and it was. I'll shield here, because I knew that their Lantern was going to be holding on to something, and yes, that would have hurt me badly. I'm just going to go right to Icicle Sphere here. Because why not? Get that last shield out of the way. Didn't even matter. And I'm going to use this Icicle Sphere as well, just to get one more move out of Walrein before he goes nighty-night. Now this could hurt me because Not nearly as bad as I was worried about, though. I should be able to get to Energy Ball and win this no problem. Come on, Jumpluff. You got this. Finish him with your cuteness. There it is. And that's a nice dub. We like those. Our first real win of the night, considering that last one was because the person disconnected. So that is 6 matchups down. You have a limit of 25 for the day. So we've got 19 to go. Little hashtag math for you. I did that all in my head, too. I'm so proud of myself. People really like the Pelipper lead. That's interesting to me. It's not necessarily a mon I would have thought would be a lead. I don't hate it. Pelipper is one that I just don't have one that I'm very comfortable with using. I have one that I think is okay, but I wouldn't say I would use it. Okay, I'm willing to let him take out... Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't a smart move on your part to make that switch, because all I'm going to do is throw in Wall Rain and mess your Trevenant up. I still want to get to one more Icicle Spear. So I will protect against that. I think he's out of shields now too. Not positive. I don't remember for sure. Yep, he is definitely out of them. So that worked to my advantage. As does having Jumpluff here. Because again, Energy Ball will dominate both of these two. I just have to hope that Jumpluff can hold on. Oh, Ice move. Yeah, maybe not so much. What Ice move does Feraligatr know? And I don't think... Nope, Pelipper was not weak enough. Dang. All right. Well, that's probably on me for not shielding earlier. But again, this is not necessarily a team I'm very familiar with. Jumpluff I had some practice with like 9 months ago. And Walrein and Credilli are not mons that I typically run. So it's going to be a learning experience tonight. But it's an important one because this particular cup, Spring Cup, is going to be around for 3 weeks, 2 weeks. It's around for a little while. So we will see what we can do with that. So neither one of us has used a shield yet. I don't really see a need to use a shield for Credilli here. Simply because I'm going to put in Walrein. If they want to back out and throw something else in. Okay, now they kind of have that same advantage that I had a moment ago. we're going to go to Jump Bluff. And I'm going to shield here, because they're probably going to use Thunderbolt. Nope, they use Surf, which really just means that I wasted a shield there. Well, it is what it is. Yep, they use Surf again, so that time I didn't waste it. Now they're going to use an electric move. Now we shield. And we switch to acrobatics for our move. Because this is a grass type. So grass type on grass type wouldn't quite work. It's a grass electric type. It's really interesting, actually. Like, to me, that is such an interesting combo of typings, grass and electric. There you go, Jump Bluff. What a heavy hit. Just could not get to that last move. Now, this isn't going to do a whole lot, and I know it. What I really want to get to is Earthquake. Which still won't probably do a whole lot, but it'll do better than what I had before. Let's see, is this going to be enough? I don't think it will be, but... Oh, it was! All right. There we go. Way to go, Walrein. Love that. How are we doing this set? We've won 2 out of 3. Hopefully we get at least 1 more to win this set. Each set is out of 5. And the more you win in a set, if you don't know, the better prizes you actually get at the end of each set. If you win at least 3, then you get a Pokemon encounter. And the Pokemon cannot run, you will automatically catch it. It might take a moment for you to catch it, but you will catch it. Interesting choice not to shield there. This time I can sacrifice the shield just because I know I've got Jump Bluff in the back, which is who I'm going to go to here. They're probably going to take this hit just because their Mon is already so weak. Yeah. Clefable. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, we switch it up. We go to acrobatics. I took out more than half of Clefable there, which is awesome. They weren't expecting it to hit that hard. However, they've got both their shields, and I'm down to my last Mon already. So that's not good. That's a very bad situation that I'm in right now. And Meteor Mash takes me down pretty hard there. They're playing extremely conservative with their shields. So they saved all their shield just for this last battle here. I know what I actually want is Earthquake. I'm just trying to get them to use up a shield. There it is. Because I can't protect no matter what. So this probably takes me out. No, almost. I still don't have enough to actually survive. You can't win them all, right? Be nice if I could win more than half of them, but I'm still at a losing record for the start of the season. This is only day 8 of the season, though. It's still a very young season. And I'm not typically somebody that starts day 1 and does every set. And I have done that so far. That is a first for me. So, I don't know. I'm not super worried about it. I've made it to ace before, but I really just battle against other people, like face to face typically, like in tournaments and just local play. So I'm really trying to just get better at actually taking advantage of the time that I can actually practice. I'm going to play super conservatively here. And we will go to Walrein, who will finish off the Tropius. Now I'll use a shield, as I've also farmed down significantly. And there goes the Tropius on that last attack. Hydro Cannon is not going to do much to Jumpluff, thankfully. And we go to Energy Ball. See if we can get this other shield out of the way. No? Okay, well, that's just as good. This might be like Drill Run, I'm guessing. Yep, Drill Peck, that's the one. It's alright. They'll probably use their last shield here. And Walrein had it all planned out. Come on, Walrein. Use my last shield. Can I get one more Icicle Spear? Is all I need. Come on, Walrein, hold on. No! Oh, man. Not great. We inch a little bit closer towards rank 19. You're 10 matches in for the night. If you're just joining me, welcome. Good to see you. How's your night going? Or day, I guess, depending on where you are. I do have the chat open. I know you can't see that I have it on screen, but it is open. I have my computer up so that I can read if anyone says anything. Wow, they didn't shield that. Wow. Hey, Smudge, or is it S-Mudge? Either way, hey, I've been seeing your comments. Thank you so much for all the love on my videos. I really appreciate it. All right, come on, Walrein. Ooh. Almost got there. I don't know why, but I have a feeling they're going to have a water type in the back here. Yep, and then they threw that lantern out. But I feel like there's going to be one more. Oh, yeah. Oh, Walrein can handle this no problem. Jumpluff might not even need to come out. That's how confident I am that Walrein can get the job done here using Icicle Sphere. Does anyone have anything exciting planned for the weekend? I'm probably going to play some of the new Fortnite season if it ever actually works. I tried getting on a while ago just to like get my battle pass going and stuff. Ooh, Jumpluff just barely hanging on. This Jumpluff has been an icon tonight. Gotta love the shiny Jumpluff. I mean, taxes can count as exciting once you see what you're getting back. I know that's how I felt because of having to pay for tuition because I just finished my master's degree. So I'm getting more back than usual this year, which is very nice. I'm very excited about that. The process may not be exciting though. So I feel you on that. I'm kind of loving using Credilli in the front. Like, I'm kind of vibing with that. Oh, the shiny Kingdra. I do not have a shiny Kingdra, and that is gorgeous. I love it. Look at how great that purple looks. Of course, the Ace Guide is all about the purple Pokemon. But, like, for real. Also, I love that it is shiny versus shiny right now. That didn't last very long, because if you saw, they just switched out to a Granbull. And it's a Shadow Granbull. I'm going to let Walrein handle this. There we go. And they quit. They realized they didn't have anything on me. How's that looking so far? We are 2 for 2 on this set. We love that. Love that. Hank the Muppet. I love that name. That is fantastic. Like, part of me doesn't want to win this just because it's Hank the Muppet. And it's such a fantastic name. But of course, we're going to try to win it anyway. Because that's what you do. Now, if I'm remembering right, my Walrein is like really high ranked. It's like rank 1. It's in the top 10. I forget where. I'm going to keep shielding here because I know whatever this move is, yep, Leaf Tornado is going to really mess me up. And I wanted to get to this move and take out their last shield if possible. Sorry, Hank the Muppet. But you are now shieldless. Now, Credilli's really weak. So, really, like, yes, this is great that I took out the Superior. But unless I can... Nope. Couldn't get to it. It's alright. Jumpluff can use Energy Ball, and that will mess up this Whiscash badly. It's going to be super effective. Yes, it was indeed super effective. Wow, what a hit. Sorry, Hank the Muppet. GG's. Still love your name. We are 3 for 3 on this set. This is what we needed. This was the kind of confidence boost that we needed. So we've already had a winning set here. Took to the 3rd set, but we have a winning set on our hands. And you know, that feels great. This time I am going to shield early because I don't want to fall into a situation where I suddenly have to bring out the Jumpluff early. I like being able to leave Jumpluff in the back. but it's not to be. So we got to go to Jumpluff here. Simply out of necessity. I was looking for more tournaments to compete in. I looked at the Play Pokemon event locator, and there's just nothing near me at all. The only ones that are on the map right now are ones that, like the one I did last weekend, which I tried explaining on stream last time I was on, but my audio cut out and I didn't know it. But when I got to that tournament, because it was a situation where it was a league challenge and league cup in the same day at the same location. So there were a number of people who I recognized by name just from knowing that they've been on stream on Pokemon from playing at regional championships. There was like Leo Geo and Teddy Bear XD and Abanov. All these people who are like recognizable names. And I'm like, oh, this is not good. Because I've seen most of these people on stream. Abanov has already won a regional championship this season, which means that they already have their trip to Hawaii for the World Championship already booked and paid for by Pokemon. So they were just going for fun, which I don't blame them. Like, hey, that's cool. Good for you for, going out and hanging out with the community and training for Worlds. I don't blame you one bit. But the downside to that is I learned if there's a cup and a challenge in the same day, maybe don't go to it because you're going to get annihilated. Or go to it and get some practice, but just don't have high hopes. But make those connections, which was the other good thing that did come of it. Like a couple of them, actually Dan Farm D was another trainer that I've actually faced at regionals before in the past. And we were already Pokemon Go friends. So we actually got to reconnect there, which was cool. And then just connecting with some of the others was a lot of fun. I'm just going to make this as boring as possible for them now. Yeah, that's right. Your dad is here. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do about it, C. Leo? Because now you're dealing with Papa Walrein. Thing of it is, I know that ice is like the one thing I can't really defend against here. Other than the mirror match, which I'm doing right now. This just looks hilarious, though. And I'm all for it. I am all for it. Oh, I couldn't get that last earthquake. I'm gonna bring in Jumpluff because either way, it's gonna be like super effective. It's gonna be a situation where, and I'd rather have that grass knot ready and loaded on Credilli in the back Hello, welcome. Yeah, I love using this wall rain. It's been great for me. It's been so much fun to use. Where did it go? It went completely off screen and is not coming back. Oh well. Alright, our reward is a phalanx. That was a terrible throw. Oh my gosh. Yikes. You didn't see that. There we go. That's more like it. There we go. Let's check how it looks. It's not bad. So we get a little bit closer. We got 15 matches done for the night, 10 to go. Torterra is an interesting pick. I mean, I guess not really when I think about it. It's just I haven't seen one yet. But, I mean, when I've only done 15 of these, can't see everybody. If anyone else does PvP, do you like doing these specialty cups, or are you more like right now, for instance, with Spring Cup and Ultra League being the two cups that are in right now? Would you more likely go with Ultra League, or do you enjoy these type of restrictive cups where you're only allowed certain Pokemon? Because for me, I enjoy those. I know towards the end of this season, we've got Catch Cup. I'm actually really looking forward to that because I love the challenge of Catch Cup, which, if you don't know, is where you're only allowed to use Pokemon that you've caught like during... It's not even during the entire season, I don't think. I think it's just from the day that Catch Cup starts. So you have to catch them like that week for them to be eligible. And I just love the challenge of that because it's so different. Oh, they switched to a Azumarill. Interesting. And I got another energy ball. They're either going to have to burn through their shield here, which I think they're going to do. Yep. I'm going to use mine. So yeah, Ice Beam would have messed me up. We're going to take Azumarill off the board. I got to think that they've got something charged here. Yep. Question is it enough? It might be enough. Yep, it is. I knew that was coming. What I could have probably done was farm down a little bit more and try to get to a second, but I don't think I would have had enough. I don't think that was going to work. I think just them having that extra shield did me in, which is not anything I can control anyway, so it is what it is, you know? I loved Pokemon Stadium. I did not have an N64 growing up, but my cousins did, and they had Pokemon Stadium, and I loved it. So whenever I'd go over to their house, I always wanted to play Pokemon Stadium. But I was a Game Boy Color kid. I had Pokemon Yellow was my first game. Which, looking back, is actually a really cool thing to have been able to say, because having started with Pokemon Yellow means that my first ever Pokemon was Pikachu. Because you didn't have a choice in that game. You got Pikachu as your starter. It wasn't like all the others where you had to choose your starter. Yeah, the Pokemon Stadium games were great. Yeah, I actually went years without playing Pokemon just because, like, my Game Boy. So, this is actually, I was telling my students this story a few days ago. But I got my Game Boy not because we could necessarily afford it, but because growing up when I was really little, I had one of those mats with remember those mats with like the streets all over it for like driving your little Matchbox cars around and stuff. I had one of those, and someone that my mom worked with was like actively looking for one, I guess. And her kids had like multiple Game Boys. So she, I guess, worked out a deal with my mom that got me a Game Boy in exchange for that carpet, which I wasn't using anymore because I was like 10 years old by then. And then I got Pokemon Yellow at a flea market. So it was a used game, but that's how I got my first Game Boy and my first Pokemon game. And then couldn't get a new one until I had grown-up money and got myself a Nintendo 3DS. And I got Pokemon Sun. So everything between Gens 1 and, what would that be, 7? I missed out on all of that lore and everything because I wasn't able to play. I still kept up with the like anime and stuff, and like I still liked the trading cards and stuff, but yeah, I fell out for a number of years. And then not long after getting Pokemon Sun did Pokemon Go come out. And once Pokemon Go came out, well, then I was hooked. Not really sure what the point of that move was, to switch to the Ludicolo, which is taking super effective damage. I don't really know what they're going for here. Are they just trying to get me to burn through my shields, or... Because, like, they had an advantage going, and then they did that, and I'm just a little bit baffled. I mean, they might have something sneaky. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think my starter in Go was probably Squirtle, but I'm not positive. I can tell you my starter of every game since. So I mentioned I got Pokemon Sun, and I went with Litten. And then the following gen was Sword and Shield. I went with Scorbunny, a personal favorite of mine, and one that I'm so baffled why that generation's starters are not in Go. It's so weird to me that like Scorbunny and Sobble and Grookey are not in Pokemon Go, but Quaxley, Sprigatito, and Fuecoco, which where the following generation are, it seems very odd to me. It's an odd choice. But then my next one was Fuecoco in Scarlet and Violet. And then, of course, Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's the one where I went water, though. Yeah, usually I am the fire type, but I just really loved Samurott, the Hisuian form. I thought it looked fantastic. So I went with what's the starter for that? Oshawott for Legends Arceus. Oh yeah, people are super competitive with TCG now. Like if I go to a Pokemon regional championship, the funny thing of it is Pokemon Go is tucked away in like a little corner of just like 50 of us, or I guess now it's like in the hundreds or 100. It's like 92 people in a tournament. That's what it was in October when I was in one. It does not do good numbers, but then you see the amount of people that play TCG, and it's not even just in the hundreds, it's in the thousands. It's pretty wild. Like, I think Milwaukee had 1,700 or something. No, 2,200, I think was the number. I think it was 2,200 TCG players. That's fair. Yeah, Cyndaquil is a great starter as well in Gen 2. So I do not blame you for going with that. And again, that's a great Hisuian final form. I remember when I was a kid, and TCG had just pretty much come out, right? My school had to actually ban Pokemon cards because the older kids were like just talking kids into horrible trades, and like it was getting really out of hand. Some of the older kids were like pretty nice to me because they would give me cards that they had doubles of that they didn't need an additional of, or that they didn't think they need an additional of, I should say. So I got things like Diglett, things that people just didn't really care about. Yeah, that was another thing that was happening, was people were getting into fist fights and stuff. It was wild. That early run of TCG was the Wild Wild West. It was crazy. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. That followed it not long after. I remember that. With Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually did have my own deck. My older sister had a job working fast food at the time, and she kind of saw how left out I was when the Pokemon craze was going on, because like we went to the same school, and so she actually took me to the store and bought me the starter deck with Dark Magician. Yeah, I knew that I wasn't winning that with that last mon in the back. That might have happened back then. I do remember something happening in like a parking lot a few years ago when like that latest big boom happened with TCG. In like, I don't know why I want to say Kentucky, but I feel like that's the state it happened in. Oh, well, I'm glad you got the cards back. I wish I still had some of my cards. I only have one remaining card from my childhood. And it's because I used it as a bookmark in a Harry Potter book. And it wasn't anything special. It was just a first edition Rhyhorn, but it's a first edition from my childhood. So I actually took the step to get it graded. It didn't come out great, but for something that was used as a bookmark once upon a time, you know. So it came back a 8. It was an 8. You know, could be worse. Could be worse. Yes, I've seen that video. With the guy with like the blonde mullet or whatever. And he says something about Misty being bossy and something about like how Mewtwo always has his fingers in the same like pose of 3 fingers or something. Yeah, that video is wild. Yes. Yeah, he kept going, yeah, look how cute that one is. Yep. Yes, I've seen that one quite a few times. I don't know why. I think just because like I follow hashtags of Pokemon on my TikTok that it keeps coming up. But I see it a lot. And sometimes I watch it just for a minute just to laugh at it, but normally I swipe past. Like, that guy was super misogynistic against Misty. Like, that part was pretty wild to me. The whole thing was wild to me, but it's like, you don't gotta go there, man. See, I think I was too young for that was happening. Because for me, like, we just loved the Pokemon. I remember being in, like, 2nd grade when the anime came out. So, I think I was too young. But then, on top of that, you know, also growing up to be the ace kid, the aroace kid, that stuff didn't affect me anyway that way. So, one of my friends hated her, another had a cute. I mean, like, the Pink Power Ranger, I remember being a big deal. Which is kind of weird because we would have been even younger. But to me, I always just thought, like, the Pink Power Ranger was really cool. Like, I really admired Kimberly because she was very musically gifted and athletic, and everyone really liked her. Not that way, but she was a very just like likable person. So like I never understood the idea of a crush being anything more than this person's really cool and I want to hang out with them. And I think it probably started there with the Pink Power Ranger. How do you have a crush on someone without a face? Oh, because she's always wearing the helmet? I mean, she's not always wearing the helmet. No worries. I'm actually, so funny enough, I'm looking into going to Comic-Con. There's a Comic-Con near me in April, and she's actually going to be there, and so is the Blue Ranger. And I'm considering going to meet the two of them, because I have a DVD of the original movie, and it's signed by Steve Cardenas, who played Rocky the Red Ranger, and the late Jason David Frank, who was Tommy the White Ranger. And when I met the Red Ranger, he actually said to me, that's 1 down, 6 or 5 to go. And we kind of laughed about it, but like, I could actually do it still. So I kind of want to do it. And I have a cosplay like already put together of Casey Jones. Actually, it's in one of my TikTok videos that I wear at once. Which is partly why my hair is getting a little bit longer. I know I normally wear a hat in my videos, but like if you look, you can kind of see it poking out under the bottom. Because to be Casey Jones, I need long hair. So letting my hair grow out at least for that while I decide if I'm actually going to be able to afford to go. But that would be a lot of fun to meet the two of them. Well, that was bad. How many more do we have this set? Oh, that was just the first one. Is this our last set of the night? I think it is. Let's check. 196. Yes, this is going to be our last set of the night, so we got 4 matches left. Which version of Casey I default to thinking about the 1990 movie one? It actually is the 1990 movie one. I found a replica of that mask, oddly enough, at a Meijer department store. So I bought that, and then the rest I just sort of pieced together, just finding similar clothes. Like, I've got a denim vest that I'm gonna wear. Shell, yeah, love that. And I even went to a Play It Again Sports, which like sells used sports equipment. And I got a hockey stick that actually had lime green tape all around the end. So I was like, that's perfect. That is perfect. I'm still looking into if I can actually bring it with me, or if that's allowed. I know, like, they're usually good about bringing in props, but I don't want to, like, I don't want to bring it if it's not going to be allowed, because I know there's some things that are restricted. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Could probably do something with that. It would be super fun to be able to, like, make a video, too, of my experience at Comic-Con. Just to change it up a little bit on my TikTok videos. Probably not post it on my YouTube, just because that is so much focused on Arrow and Ace topics. But, I don't know, maybe That design is pretty metal. Oh, the 1990 version? Yeah. I have that movie on DVD somewhere. I watched it a lot in college because at that time I didn't have like streaming services or anything. I just had my I think I had a PlayStation 2. So I would just watch DVDs on it. Good times. I'd like dodgeball and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the costumes in the 1990 movie were great. And they actually let them cuss just a little bit. Not that I want the turtles to necessarily cuss, but I do want a little bit of attitude from Raph, and they definitely allowed him to deliver on that in that one. Because then afterwards they toned even that down. But I could be wrong, but I got the vibe that Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird were a lot more involved in the making of the 1990 movie than they were in the sequels. Like, I won't even watch the third one because that was just so bad to me. The second one I loved, though, because I had that on VHS as a kid. Pretty sure it was like on TV and we taped it off the TV back in those days. As you do. Hey, welcome, Amanda. Thanks for joining us tonight. Oh, yeah, I'm sure they did. Toka and Razor were not great characters. And I know that the only reason they used Toka and Razor were because it was supposed to be Bebop and Rocksteady. And the cartoon had already made them so ridiculous. Like, I don't remember where I saw something on this. But there was definitely, like, a reason that they didn't go with Bebop and Rocksteady because of the animated series. Yeah, that's fair. I will say, since then, I feel like Bebop and Rocksteady have kind of redeemed themselves. But yeah, definitely at the time, because of the animated series, they were not great characters to use. So I get it. I am right now. I'm rank 18 for the season. I've been struggling a bit though. Oh, I definitely clicked my shield there. I don't know what happened. Like, why would I not want to use my shield? That made no sense. But if you're asking what level I am with my account, I'm level 48. Thank you. I appreciate that. I should still power through, I think. I don't know. We'll see. I still have one shield left, which is good. Because I'm definitely going to need it against the Abomasnow here. Oh, I forgot that they didn't use any shields yet. Well, that's great. Not using that shield on Walrein probably messed me up here. Because, like, obviously I wanted to use it there. And the Abomasnow is going to hit me with something here. I've got my shield, thankfully. But we'll see. Yep, it had back-to-back, of course. When it's the last Pokemon, I don't know why people do it that way. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Just use the move when you get the move. Why are you farming at that point? All right, this is our last battle for the evening. I may... Thank you. Yeah, it was that shield on Walrein that I know I clicked that didn't register. I may catch some Pokemon after just to clean up the area before calling it a night. But we'll see what we can get going here in this last battle. It is the game's fault. That's right. I agree with that. This is exactly why at Play Pokemon tournaments, you're supposed to screen record your phone. So that if there's ever a dispute, you can take it to the judge. And that sounds so tough. Take it to the judge. But you can dispute matchups that you feel didn't go your way because of game error. And if you don't screen record and you ended up winning, you can actually get in trouble for that if you do it twice. They'll give you a warning the first time because they go to the winner to check. Yeah, I've played 2 regional championships now in separate years. One was Milwaukee last year, and then this year I played in Peoria. I got 1 win in each tournament. So I made it to the second round of the loser bracket twice. So not bad. And then I won a couple of league challenges this year. So I've got 30 points on the year. But last weekend I went to a combined league cup and league champion or league challenge in the same weekend. And yeah, it was bad. I walked in and I knew every name that was in that tournament. I was like, okay, Leo Geo, I've seen you on stream. I've seen Teddy Bear XD. I've seen Dan Farm D. Like all these people. One person, Abenhov, has already won a regional championship and he was there and it was bad. So the Go challenge was out of 6 people, and then the Go Cup was out of 8. And I took 6th and then 8th. Yeah, it was bad. So that one guy that has already won a regional championship, for taking first place in a regional championship, Pokemon actually pays for your trip to the world championship. And you get like a stipend of like $500, I think, as well, just like spending money. It's either 500 or 5,000. I remember it's a 5 something. I mean, I don't blame him for coming out and practicing. You know, the World Championship's not till August, so it is important that he be out there practicing. I have no problem with that. If anything, it's kind of awesome for me to see how I do against somebody that's going to Worlds. So it was a cool experience for me, and I got to connect with some of the other trainers. I found out one of them actually lives fairly close and is trying to get some tournaments up in his area. So he added me on Discord. So I'm possibly going to be able to do some tournaments a little bit closer to home finally. That gave me 3 XL candies. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about that opportunity. If you're interested in seeing a little bit of my experience at the Peoria Regional Championship, I did make a video on my TikTok. It's the same name as my YouTube channel. It is buried just a little bit. You'd have to scroll down a bit because it's from October, but it was a really cool experience, and I did get my initial like reaction just walking away from my victory, and I have a couple of just quick snips of some of my battles because the second day there was a challenge, a league challenge that a lot of people played in, which was cool. And actually, this was also really cool. During that tournament, somebody called this out. There was a 100% Whiscash at regionals. Just all of us that were playing got to win it, or got to catch it. So I have a hundo Whiscash from that. I was literally sitting at the table. Had just finished my battle with somebody, and somebody caught it and called it out for everyone. So we all got it. It was really cool. So it's cool that I have like the exact same hundo as some of these other really good trainers. I'm going to catch this grubbin and then probably start winding down. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. This was awesome. I think we were up to 10 people at one point. That's amazing. I will be back on Sunday. Sundays at 7 is for sure one of the 2 time slots I'm going with. I haven't decided if Fridays or Thursdays works better for me. I'm probably going to stick with Fridays and Sundays though. Yeah, that would be great, Amanda. I hope to see you there. Again, thank you everyone that came by tonight. I really appreciate it. My next one is already posted, so I'll just pop on there when I'm ready to get on Sunday. But hope to see everybody there. Thanks again for coming by. Have a good rest of your weekend, and